My first time seeing a Black Widow in my garage. Yikes. Alright, so we are in the process of installing the Foreman's, you can say, brake fluid level signal, which goes directly to the cluster. And essentially, like I was telling you guys, it's going to be this green and red wire right here. So I am kind of like improvising, because this should be kind of like a ground to close the circuit. So these were obviously shot, they were obliterated, so I'm kind of like trying to make my own with like some heat shrink, which I'm going to use my blade and cut over here around so I can unclip it, kind of like this one, kind of like what I did, kind of like my homemade cover for it. But that's irrelevant. So yeah, so what I'm doing is I kind of like located this right here, which is enough for me to cover it right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pretty much splice this onto here, kind of like had it tucked all the way in there, and then it's going in that grommet next to the coolant temp right here, which goes off the cluster. And this is kind of ugly, but in order for me to solder it, I will have to disconnect it from the ECU and then disconnect it from here. That way it's not getting the heat's transferring, it's not going into the ECU. Used to be precaution, yeah, and then that way I can solder it, probably put loom or something, because I do have a size for it, and make it a little bit pretty, because this is kind of ugly, I'm not gonna lie. See this right there, that's the original color wire right there from a D or a B series right there. But yeah, I'll probably save that for later. That's just cosmetic, kind of like aesthetics, so it looked nice, but I want this to be function. So yeah, so essentially this is gonna go down there to that plug underneath, and it's pretty much going to go to the other side of the conversion harness plug, which I'll go down there obviously to get everything. And then you're gonna look up pin 18, which is green and red, and that's also going to be sending the signal to the ECU, because your conversion harness most likely doesn't have it, unless for the one that I know for a fact is the hybridracing one that allows you to run that, and it has it. But this is a poor man's way of doing it, and I'll see you guys. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and splice that black with the green and red or orange, which, yeah, kind of hard to tell, but from here it looks red, but camera looks orange. But that's the one that I'm going to show you guys inside, and we're going to splice it, because I'm not going to put like a tap connector or splice connector, because it's going to be super bulky, and I'm trying to put this loom back over this one and then the black one as well, so it looks kind of like from factory. But I'm going to go ahead and splice it right there. I'm going to solder it right there. There's many ways that you can do it. Obviously you want to leave this where it can detach, because if this goes faulty, you can always buy a replacement. And if you connect it all together like up here, you're going to have a hard time, because this piece right here comes with these two attachments already, these two connectors. But go ahead and splice right here, cut with the blade somewhere in here, splice some a little bit, kind of twist it, and then solder in there. But I'm also going to see if I can put a heat shrink in there, so I'll see what I can do. I'm gonna do a better one. Went ahead and just kind of like passed it around there. I'm gonna solder it right over here, and then I'm gonna put that loom right over it again, and then cover it pretty much really discreet. And something else I was gonna tell you guys, as you guys saw, but that's a Black Widow that I killed. They're really venomous, poisonous, and you guys need to be really careful when you guys are working on your car. Yeah, that was my first time kind of seeing one in Florida. I know they're around here, but yeah, you need to be careful, because if I was here and I'm not sure if that's the spider web, that could have pretty easily bit you. I mean, I'm getting destroyed right there by little flying little insects, but I'm glad it's not that. But yeah, getting the solder ready. I'm gonna go ahead and solder this up, and then you guys will see the aftermath. And then after that, I'll show you guys inside how it turned out. You can see right there, cut a little piece of heat shrink. I'm gonna slide it over, and it's gonna be approximately right there, kind of like Same thing I had it. I'm gonna go ahead and heat shrink this, and you guys will see the aftermath. All right, and there you go. We are all set in here. We are all done. You guys can see. Went ahead and put this back. I mean, you can put a zip tight if you want to be a little bit fancy or tuck it in there, but I just left it that way because it's easier to access. But you guys can see the wire is running right in there. Yeah, it looks ghetto in there, but it's fine. This one looks super ghetto, which I'm gonna have to clean up one of these days. But right now, see, kind of looks factory, looks kind of decent. Now I'll show you inside. All right, bear with me, people. It is super crowded in here. Super crowded. I think this is like really annoying, but I wanted to get it for you guys. You guys can see that connector right there, which I don't even know if it's open, but I'm gonna check it out. As you see, connector right there, that red splice. You got the black, which is coming from the reservoir on the top, and then you got the wire right there, which is that green and red, or in the camera how it kind of looks orange. But there you go, you splice it onto that side of the connector, you guys can see, which is, I believe, the male side, because that's the prongs. And then obviously on the other side you got the conversion harness going right into it, which it's pin 18, which it's missing on that pin if you guys notice. But like I was saying, hybridracing, from the only one that I've seen conversion harness wise, has it, so it will defeat the purpose of you doing all this annoying thing right here, which is super hard. But yeah, that's gonna conclude the video. I hope this was informative and really helpful for anybody that's trying to retain their brake fluid level sensor low level, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.